ذكروهم مجد أمتنا السليف وانشروا بالحق نورا لا يغيب. دمروا الكفر المسمى بالصليب يا أسود الدين قوموا للجهاد. بددوا ظلم الليالي الماضية وانشروا شرعة رب.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد، أيها المؤمنون، يقول الحق جل شأنه: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. ويقول جل شأنه: ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه. ويقول جل شأنه: أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون فتعالى الله الملك الحق لا إله إلا هو. Dear brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created everything on earth, has made a wisdom for everything that we see. Heaven, earth, rivers, mountains, people, males, females, animals. And if someone looks at these things and the wisdom behind everything that we see, he's going to face one of two questions. The first question was mentioned in the Quran, and the second question was implicitly also mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah. The first question is that what is the wisdom behind everything that we see? Are all of these things were created just in vain, with no purpose? Like so many people on earth now, they are thinking the same way. And unfortunately, some of the Muslims, they are thinking in the same way, that there is no purpose of creating everything around you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deals with this matter in a very particular way. Allah says in the Quran: أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا. Do you think that you've been created just in vain? وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. And you will not be resurrected. You will not be getting back again to us one day. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says: فَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ الْمَلِكُ الْحَقُّ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُ. Glorified and exalted be He, the Lord of all lords, the owner of everything. La ilaha illahu. No deity, God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in another verse of the Quran, Allah says: وَمَا خَلَقْنَا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا بَاطِلًا ذَلِكَ ظَنُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. We haven't created the heaven and earth and everything between them in vain. This is what the disbelievers think. ذَلِكَ ظَنُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. So this belief is only especially for the disbelievers. But the Muslims, the true Muslims, know exactly what is the idea behind all of this creation. ذَلِكَ ظَنُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَوَيْلٌ لِلْكَافِرِينَ فَوَيْلٌ لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنَ النَّارِ. Wail. According to the commentators of the Quran, wail is a valley in the hellfire. And in that valley, it's full of lava, full of fire in the hellfire. So this valley, those people who have this kind of disbelief, they will be dwelled in that valley. فَوَيْلٌ لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنَ النَّارِ. And if you think, why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say the word nar, fire? Why the punishment is only in fire? Because you as human beings, you can never endure just a moment, a second under fire. Just have a flame under one of your fingers and see if you can endure it or not. If you can keep it just for a couple of seconds, you will not be able. So what about the hellfire at the day of resurrection, at the day of Qiyamah, which is more and more than the hellfire or the fire that we have here? So this is the first assumption. This is the first hypothesis, that all of these heaven and earth were created in vain. And now this assumption is invalid, because we know that there is a wisdom Now the second assumption, what is the wisdom behind this creation? Who can tell us? No one can tell us exactly what is the wisdom except the one who brought us to this dunya. If someone takes you to a house and he gets you inside the house without telling you exactly what is the purpose of getting there, you will not be able. He is the one who got you into the house, and he is the one who is supposed to tell you why you are there. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who got us into this dunya, is the only one who knows what is the purpose of this dunya. And it has been clearly mentioned in Surah Al-Dhariyat, when Allah says, the purpose is وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. The only purpose, jinn and ins, all of the creation have not been created except only for one fact, to be worshippers, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now we got the first assumption, which is invalid. The second assumption, which is ibadah. We know that all of us, we've been created only for one reason, which is ibadah. Again, someone may ask, what about the other activities that we can do during our life? What about starting a business, getting married, traveling overseas, being a pilot or an engineer, being a doctor, sending someone to study in somewhere? Is there any contradiction between being in ibadah, the whole of your life, and all of these things? It was also stated in the Quran that there is no contradiction, because every single of action that you do during your life is accounted for ibadah, and it is ibadah. If you are getting married, it's for ibadah. You count it for the sake of Allah. If you are traveling overseas to do some business, it's also ibadah. If you are educating yourself or your kids, it's also ibadah. If you are sending one of your kids to the school or starting at university studying, it is also ibadah. Why? Because Allah says in the Quran, قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي. Say, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and all of your ummah, all of your nation, إِنَّ صَلَاتِي, my prayer, وَنُسُكِي, my rituals, وَمَحْيَايَ, all of my life, and also all of my death, وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي, my death, all of this big circle, لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. It's all for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So every single action that you do in your life must be counted for this reason, for this purpose. Your target is entering the paradise. And everything that you do from the time you were born and to the time you are getting into the paradise should be within this niyyah, this intention. So you put it in your mind that one day, inshallah, you will enter the paradise, because it is the ultimate goal of your life. All of us, we dream. But what kind of dream that we develop? And what kind of things that we develop to fulfill those dreams? Some people, some Muslims nowadays, unfortunately, they are dreaming of money, wealth, health, power, 10 meters boat, a Ferrari car, traveling overseas, whatever. And these things are very minor, tiny things at the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah does not want you to be like this. You look forward far, far away, like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You look at the end of this life. What is the end of this life? It is Jannah or Nar. It is paradise or hellfire. So put your head towards the paradise. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once he was asked about his life, he used to live a very, very simple life. No luxury things in his house, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when he was asked about this, he said, "Mali walid dunya." What shall I do with this dunya? "Ma ana illa karakibin istadalla fi dhilli shajara thumma tarakaha wa rahal." He make a comparison between him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, himself, and someone who is traveling on his foot. Then he stayed in a shade of a tree for a couple of hours. Then he went back again and he continued his travel. So this is the meaning of dunya. So put all of your dreams, put all of your intentions, put all of your inspirations towards Al-Jannah, and you will have it. So now, dear brothers, we know that the main purpose of creating the whole human beings, creatures, jinn and ins, is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You've been created with this kind of feeling. You are a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you are not a slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are a slave to something else. You are a slave to money, to ladies, to to power, to positions, to anything that attracts you. So be a slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make every other thing a slave to you. Because you are attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your connection is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. There are 7, I call them predators. 7 predators that can take from your ibadah. 7 enemies that can invalidate your ibadah. Unfortunately, those enemies are not overseas. They are not aliens coming from the outer space. They are not in any other place hidden from you, but they are in your body. You nourish them, you feed them every day, and you take care of them, but they are your enemies. What is the first one of them? What is the most serious one of them? It is your tongue. Because whatever you say, you are punished for it, or you are rewarded for it. You know there are 2 angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on your shoulders, and they take an action of every single word that you say. مَا يَلْفِظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. Whatever you say, they write it, they record it down. Then at the day of judgment, you will see everything. And the second thing, the second enemy is also one part of you, which is the genital part of human beings. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever can guarantee what is between his jaws and between his thighs, I can guarantee the paradise for him. So it's not easy. And if you sit with people, you find them backbiting others, slandering others, saying bad words about the others, especially the mashayikh. The ulama or the scholars, they start speaking about them in a very bad way. They chat even about them. And especially if they start a matter of deen or religion or question, they say anything about them. And people forget that these words, they will be punished with it. One day, Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu, one of the best companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said to the Prophet, "Oh, the Prophet of Allah, are we punished for the things that we say?" So the Prophet ﷺ said, ثَكِلَتْكَ أُمُّكَ يَا مُعَاذ. It's a supplication that your mother will lose you, Ya Mu'adh. Why? Then he said, وَهَلْ يَكُبُّ النَّاسِ فِي النَّارِ عَلَى مَنَاخِرِهِمْ إِلَّا حَصَائِدُ أَلْسِنَتِهِمْ. What can take people on their faces and noses in the hellfire except the words that they say? So take care of your words. You may pray a lot, you may make the Ramadan fasting, the whole Ramadan, go to the Umrah and Hajj, but your words are so much bad, so it invalidates all of your other work. And also zina. Zina is one of the kaba'ir, the biggest and the grand sins. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, who can guarantee what is between his jaws, he means the tongue, and what is between his thighs, I can guarantee the Jannah or the paradise for him. And the third predator is your eyes. Whatever you look at, you will be punished with it. You will be rewarded or punished. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the day of judgment will take all of these organs and He will silence you. And He will ask these organs to speak on behalf of you. And every one of your organs will start to speak. Allah says in the Quran, وَقَالُوا لِجُلُودِهِمْ لِمَ شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا. There will be a discussion between you and your skin, between you and your hands, your feet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who gave you the tongue to speak with it, will at the day of judgment will give also your hand the tongue to speak with it. وَقَالُوا لِجُلُودِهِمْ لِمَ شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا. Why do you say these things against us in front of Allah? قالوا أنطقنا الله الذي أنطق كل شيء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who let you speak at the first time, He now enabled us to speak. وهو خلقكم أول مرة. He is the one who created for the first time. Then Allah says in the Quran, وَمَا كُنْتُمْ تَسْتَتِرُونَ أَن يَشْهَدَ عَلَيْكُمْ سَمْعُكُمْ وَلَا أَبْصَارُكُمْ وَلَا جُلُودُكُمْ. At the time of dunya, no one can hide from his sides or hearings or his skin. If you want to do something, you don't peel off your skin at home and go. You take your skin with you. You take your organs with you. And you forget that these organs will testify against you at the day of judgment.